What's going on, guys? D-Lo here, and we are starting our first GM mode commentary. And we are going to use the NHL's worst team in the Detroit Red Wings. They are, at one point, they were absolutely probably one of the most dominant teams in the league, going to the playoffs 20 straight years. Pavel Datsyuk, Henrik Zetterberg, um, Lindstrom back in the day. They've definitely fell off hard after their success, and we're going to try to bring them back to Stanley Cup contender and eventually make them a Stanley Cup champion. I think the first order of business here is just going to be looking through the roster and kind of just getting an idea of what pieces we're going to use for the future and what we can get rid of to help the team right away. Year one, I feel like it's going to be a relatively obvious tank year. Let's get a good look at the contracts. Get a good gauge on this team. There's not a lot of let's see. I don't know all this stuff. So we got Dylan Larkin, who's a 23-year-old, 88 overall. Yeah, I reckon he'll probably stick around at least for the first few seasons. Anthony Mantha, another young guy with potential. Probably hang on to him. Bertuzzi, young guy, potential. Get down here, and I'm starting to think, Danny DeKaiser, Mike Green, Val Filppula. These are all guys that, to me, are expendable. Get rid of the cap, get some more potential on this team. Yeah, there's no big names other than the young guys at the top who aren't even exactly ready to, compete and win games. These guys are still a couple years away from being an actual, solid first line, just in my opinion. Let's go ahead and look at the lines, see what we got going on here. Philip Zadina, another guy that elite potential, 78 overall, 6th overall pick. He's close. You got to think. I would absolutely give him second line time to see how much he grows. Robbie Fabry, he's what, 23 now? Former first round pick. I don't love him on the second line, and you have just depth down here. I mean, I think we have an okay forward prospect system. There's at least guys with potential. When it comes to defense, you have two guys that are 29 and 33, and then, I mean, Philip Hronek's only 21, if that's how you say his name. Second round pick, 16. I like the defensive awareness. 87, but other than that, I don't really know what to gauge. I don't know how much this guy's going to grow. Madison Bowie, he's not going to, top 4? I mean, he could grow. You see, when they're at the 24, 25 age, I don't really know how much they're going to grow. Tara Daly. Yeah, I can absolutely see myself kind of just getting rid of all the guys that have a little bit of potential, a little bit of trade value, and just getting rid of them, getting a worse team, kind of just going through the season as a rebuilder. We have so much cap room that we can use in a few years once the young guys are ready to compete. Look at the trade value for Larkin and Zadina, my goodness. And then Mantha, and then after that it goes right back down. Rasmussen was a first round pick, top 10 pick a couple years ago. 78. I would put him on the fourth line. Might as well at this point. Yeah, I see getting rid of some guys in the NHL. Some guys as in Athesio is a hard one because he is 25 years old and he does a lot of things the right way. The defensive awareness, shot blocking, 6 check-ins good. I could absolutely see myself hold on to this guy, but I could see moving him for the right deal as well. This guy's in the minors and he's an 80 overall defenseman, 21 years old, first round pick. Okay, this guy will definitely be in the NHL this year. I don't even know why he's not in the NHL over some of the other guys. Another defenseman that's a 76, 18 years old. Okay, I mean there's definitely some guys with potential on the roster. So I definitely see some guys that can make an impact down here. You know, Evgeny Sveshnikov. He's another former first. There's a lot of first-round picks on this team, man. It's kind of surprising. At the same time, not really, just because they need time to develop. They need time to play together. That's hard because you put a lot of these guys, you know, these 74, 76, 80 overalls. You put them in the AHL and let them dominate, or do you put them in the NHL and kind of just tank? If we sorted by overall, let's see how. Mike Green is a guy, perfect example of a guy I would like to trade. Very, very little trade value. I doubt we can even get a first-round pick for him. But if you were to tie like these two together, or you know, Mike Green and Val Filppula, you know, we might be able to get, you know, some prospects. Let's just go ahead and look at some of the guys, some of the other teams, guys that they're trying to get rid of. See if there's any prospects or anything. Any guys we get a Richardson? No, thank you. Who's the Frederick guy? Trent Frederick? Okay. Ow. The 29th pick in 2016 has that good of trade value. My goodness. Absorbable. I could see myself going for a guy like this because he's 77 overall. He's almost ready, you would think. Oh, we don't have the scouting for these guys. I forgot that's new in NHL 20. That's going to be hard to gauge before making trades for guys. But I definitely think this guy would be a good type of player we're going for. You know, low trade value, high overall, young age. Evan Rodriguez, Scott Wilson, Bogosian, absolutely not. Mark Stone's an interesting one, but is he... Oh, it's Michael Stone, okay. Yeah, we wouldn't be trading away a 29 defenseman for one. 29-year-old defenseman for one. Jordan Stahl, that contract's bad. Gardner, nah, I don't want him. Eric Howla, nah, it bores me. Matt Calvert's interesting, but I kind of just think that Toronto, or Detroit, pardon me, definitely needs to kind of just unload, you know, make the team, position the team as best they could for the future. That's what the plan is to do for the next video. This video I'm kind of just going through and kind of looking around. Owen Tippett, it's a lot of trade value though, my goodness. Because I think the goal is to be the worst team in the league, but also have the young guys grow to be almost ready for year 2, year 3. Salary cap's not going to be a problem, especially after unloading Green and DeKaiser and all those older guys with large contracts. Take a peek at free agents, because I do think... Oh, we only have one more contract. I do think we would need to sign some guys if we're going to get rid of a lot of NHL caliber players. That would just protect us from, you know, from having to play every single one of those young guys. You know, a guy like Dion Phaneuf, who, like, honestly, I would even consider like a McQuaid, just for the fact that we could ship him before the trade deadline, but I don't want him to register that many wins. Honestly, if we were to get McQuaid and then trade Green and Kaiser, it wouldn't make a lot of sense. But he could be a stopgap guy, have a good year, and then, you know, trade him at the deadline. I think that's absolutely in the best interest of these people in Detroit. He can be a stopgap guy, hasn't gotten a job yet. Give you a 1-year deal, $1.2 million. Let's see what he thinks. There's any guys with potential? There's always I think free agency is going to be a little dry. You know, this guy's a 4th line forward. If not, he'll be a grinder in the minor leagues. So go ahead and sign this guy up. I don't have enough contract space. I only had 1 contract. Hopefully McQuaid signs with us. If not, like I said, it hardly matters, just because next video we're going to be doing a lot more, all the trades, getting ready for the regular season, and we'll probably get, you know, a good chunk of the season simulated. I think the scouting is also different this in NHL 20, and I don't know, are these the scouts that I have, or are these... I Find prospects. Yes. Have to do this for every single guy? That seems like a handful of work. Oh, I like this a lot. You can do the quality of. That's perfect. Go ahead and send him to. I'll go ahead and do 6 weeks there. Gotcha. Okay, so these are the guys that are They don't have assignments. So you have to send. No, I don't know about that because Strong was already out. I have no idea. Let's just go ahead and do the same thing. Get the bigger, better scouts going to the guys that we're gonna have a better chance of acquiring. Oh, that was That was smart. Okay, now let's do goalies for this guy, and then let's just do 3 weeks there. Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and do the same thing. We got let's get as many guys as we can on the early first rounds. We'll go defenseman here. Perfect. Early first round. Go ahead and get 5 weeks in there. Honestly, all these guys have Boston Bruins. Interesting. I don't want to scout the AHL though. This scouting is extremely interesting. Okay, so these guys only have teams. Interesting. All right, scouting's been. Oh, these are pro players. Wait, on what? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Josh Norris is an 82 overall player from the Sharks. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know where I am. I'm stuck. All right, so you guys help me out on the scout. Should I just auto do that? Should I just do the top guys? I don't know. I don't know how to go about the scouting system in this game, but it's going to be important because we are going to get high draft picks. We're not going to have to capitalize on those picks if we want to quickly rebuild and be competitive in the in year 2 or year 3. More than anything, guys, we're preparing for an overhaul here. Just get the old guys out, the guys that aren't going to be a part of the future. Get them out, and let's get a new core. Let's get some new young guys. Let's take a season and let's just try to get the Detroit Red Wings back in the playoffs and back into the Stanley Cup Finals.